And what I'm going to want to do is take the snail and composite him against the ferns. Selecting the snail is very, very straightforward. I just use that principle I use of selecting what I don't want to select. So I'm going to select the background behind the snail using the magic wand tool, and already my tolerance is set to 40 and contiguous is turned off. And you'll notice that if I just click, bang, it just selects everything. I mean, it does a beautiful job of just selecting the background behind the snail. And now, because we've selected the background and I really want to select the snail, I'm going to go into the select menu and choose Inverse, which is our snail selector. And I'm going to want to drag and drop this snail against the fern background. So I'll get the Move tool and drag him and drop him. Problem is, the fern is a very big image. The fern's image is very, very large, too large for my snail. So what I want to do is just resize my fern's image to match my snail's image so they're both the same size. So for now I'm going to delete the snail by pressing Command-Option-Z, and then go into the Image menu and choose Image Size. This is how you resample one image to match another. The width is 2048 pixels. The height is 1536 pixels. And to match it to the snail, all I have to do, notice the Window menu is available. Just choose, under the Window menu, choose snail.jpg. And that'll just, instead of switching to the snail image, that'll take all the values from the snail image and put it in the image size dialog box. So it brings in the 936, so apparently our snail image is 936 pixels wide and 612 pixels tall. Notice the snail and the ferns do not subscribe to the same proportions, and so the Constrained Proportions checkbox has turned off. This means that the proportions of my ferns will change during this operation. I just go ahead and hit Return or Enter to resample the image. And sure enough, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Sure enough, my ferns are now shorter and wider than they were before. But I don't care. I mean, they're just ferns. Who cares whether they got squished a little bit? I do not. Now, let's put that snail exactly against the background. If I take the Move tool, again, I have the Move tool selected, drag it and drop the snail into place. Notice he's centered at the position of my drop. What I'd really rather do is center the snail exactly on the ferns. So I'm going to undo that. Command-Z, Control-Z, whichever. Now this time I'm going to drag the image, and before you drop it, I want you to press the Shift key, then release the mouse button, and then release the Shift key. So in other words, what I'm doing is a drag and a Shift drop, holding the Shift key down during the drop. And that will exactly center the snail image on the fern image. What that's called, when the two images are exactly the same size, it registers the image. Pixel for pixel, it's registered the snail image against the fern image.